Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Jared Lee, and I'm joined, as usual, by my lovely wife, Jamie Lee. So, Jamie, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Jared. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
We were discussing this between ourselves, but I think we're going to have to take our children to go see the Minecraft movie, considering that both of our children are very into Minecraft.
Very obsessed.
Yeah, our son has gotten a lot into it and likes to make TNT towers and houses and blow it all up. And I've heard it's funny with that movie. It's doing very well, which actually isn't surprising. And it kind of reminds me probably this way when I was a kid. Like apparently the actual reviews of it that the movie is terrible, but it's not meant for those people. It's just meant for the kids and people who like Minecraft, which I know a little bit. Just from like watching our son play and our daughter play a little bit, but it'll probably go all over my head. But I think that's probably something we will do, considering that they're that much into it.
I mean, it's crazy. Like you said, it's not for us. It's not for our age bracket. That's fine. And they used to do movies like that a lot when we were kids.
Yeah.
It'd be specifically for kids, like not going to be interested if you're an adult. But the crazy stuff that's been going on in theaters, like the rowdiness and the craziness from the well, I'll say fans, I guess, when certain things happen in the movie is kind of insane.
It has a fan. Well, I mean, Minecraft is I think it's the most sold video game ever. It's been around for a long time, so it has a lot of people in varying age groups are into it. But I did see there was like a funny tweet where this guy said, my son, I think he said my 7-year-old son came in crying, said his sister put too many cows in his house in Minecraft and it was too many cows. And he just said, I don't know how to parent this. I kind of feel like that happens because our daughter will just be like, he's not doing it right. I'm like, I don't know what you're supposed to do in this game. But either way, it seems like that is something we will see. And I won't be surprised one bit. I think Legoland had announced it, that you're going to see a Minecraft land come to theme parks.
Oh, that would just be make the most sense.
Yeah, the company that owns Legoland they did show some concept art like a Lego or a Minecraft land coming, but they didn't say where. I would assume the one in Florida, but I do think one is coming. So that won't be a surprise when that happens. But yeah, so we're not going to just come out Minecraft because I know very little about it.
All I hear all day is something about creepers and I don't even know. Just our son just yelling stuff about the creepers. The creepers are coming. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on.
They come a lot. They go places. I don't know what they do.
TNT tower.
Yeah. All those things. But we're not going to talk about all that. We do have some news we're going to go over. Not a lot, but a little bit of news here. And then we have another segment or another edition of This or That.
This or that.
In the parks. So we have some scenarios that we're going to set up and talk about.
Just for fun. This is a fun episode.
I don't think we should. No, listen, we're not supposed to have fun. We're supposed to be very serious all the time.
Serious.
I don't know if you know this or not, if you've been on Twitter/X, but theme parks are very serious business. You're not supposed to have fun with it. It's supposed to be basically battle royale style. So I'm going to take a very serious tone. And
I can't stand X and that stuff. Ugh.
I post
can't stand it
lightly, and I just see things going on. I'm just like, moving on. I don't have time. I don't have time in my day to get into random internet fights, nor the will to do it.
Right.
So I'm just like, I don't really care. But interesting enough. But yeah, no, completely serious all the time. I'm kidding. We're not.
We're so serious.
We're very serious people at all times. But before we get to the news, just want to remind everybody, if you are watching us on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And you can actually become a member over here on YouTube as well if you'd like to do that and support what we do over here, get some cool perks. And of course, if you're listening on good old trusty audio podcast form, you can find us on all of the major platforms out there. We just ask you to please subscribe there and leave us a review if you're able to on whatever platform, as we would greatly appreciate that. Help us continue to grow the show. And of course, if you want some fantastic theme park apparel, super comfy shirts that will last a long time. They'll last years, if I'm being quite honest with you. You can even test it. I've had this shirt I have here is like 3 years old. Still going strong. And actually, the shirts will break down before the prints do, I will say. So if you want some great shirts that are very comfortable, high quality, and original designs that we do in-house, we don't use third-party suppliers or printers. We print everything in-house. We ship it out to you so you can have the highest quality and the as quick as turnaround time as we can do. You can go check out Capture the Magic Apparel over at ctmapparelco.com. We have, they'll give you in this month, it is April. If you use the promo code April, you will get 15% off your order. Plus, if you use $50 or if you spend $50 or more, you also get free shipping on top of that. So you can get some savings using both of those ways. Get yourself some great shirts, whether you're going to theme parks or just something to wear around to show off to people, because you can show off those shirts. At least I think so.
Yeah.
So again, you can go to ctmapparelco.com, use the promo code April, and get yourself 15% off of your order. So
Boom.
all right. Boom.
Boom.
I feel like you're a Michael Scott there.
Boom.
Like
Roasted.
he would just walk up and just be like, boom. And just be
Boom.
like, oh,
Roasted.
yeah, boom, roasted. Yes. All right. The first news story we have is, as we talked about last week, the pilot program for the new Disney Luggage Transfer Service is now available at all Value Resorts.
It literally spread to all the Value Resorts the day after we got done recording. So
I just want to say we said that would happen.
we just didn't know when in April.
Yeah.
So it officially has moved.
Disney
over.
has a trend in how they do these things.
That's true.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with what we're talking about, this is the service that is available now at all the Value Resorts, where you can check in your luggage for your flight if you're flying Southwest right now, and Disney will transfer your luggage to basically the airport for you, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
So this is, I mean, they used to do this, years ago before all the stuff happened with pandemic, and hopefully they'll roll it out to the other resorts. I don't know why they wouldn't, because I think it's something that people will use.
I think they will. I think they'll roll it out to all the resorts. They'll roll it out to other airlines as well.
Yeah.
They just have this tendency, like when they introduced, mobile ordering, it was like one restaurant at a time.
It's just like slow.
Well, it actually does make a lot of sense.
Sure.
That way, when there are hiccups and issues, it's on a smaller scale instead of like announcing it, across the entire resort, and then something happens and then a bunch of people are, more upset. So
Sure.
It is a new company, like we talked about. It's a new company, but it's ran by the guy that used to run the old service.
Right.
So I'm sure it involves like hiring and getting people trained and things like that. Like we talked about, they have job openings for these positions. So I don't know as to why this would just be a value resort perk, but I do imagine this will coming back. And hopefully other things will come back as well.
Yeah.
This is looking at you buying things in theme parks and delivering it to your hotel so you have to carry around all day.
Package delivery, yes.
I feel like that's the easiest one they could bring back. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the easiest one they could bring back that would make them the most money.
They also used to do, I don't think they do this anymore either. Wherever you bought something at a particular store, they would take it to the front of the park for you, and you could just pick it out all up in one area.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore either.
Don't believe they do either.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we'll see the return of many of these things, but we'll see. So we'll see how that, I'm sure I would predict by the summer, you're going to see this at all the resorts at least.
Yeah.
So, all right. Next story we have is Destination D23 this year at Walt Disney World is this summer, and tickets go on sale soon.
Yeah, so the official name is Destination D23, a journey around the worlds of Disney. It takes place August 29th through 31st at Disney's Coronado Springs. And tickets go on sale Monday, the 14th, and exclusively for D23 Gold members.
Gold!
I love gold. General admission is $299.
Yikes.
Preferred is $549. And Premier is $799. And they do provide a kind of a sketch of where you will be, like in the conference area or whatever, the convention center, where you're going to be watching everything. And yeah, general admission obviously is in the back, but the more you pay, the closer you get.
You get a meet and greet with Josh D'Amaro as part of the premiere.
Well, let me tell you what you get, Jared. I'll take it a guess. Get these things included. You get a commemorative gift, including a lug bag, event exclusive pin, lanyard, credential, and shopping bag created exclusively for the event. Walt Disney Archives exhibit, photo opportunities. There you go. There's your photo opportunities.
But is it with Josh D'Amaro?
I don't know. And D23 shopping spree starting Friday, August 29th. Guaranteed seat at all Destination D23 panels and presentations on the 30th and 31st. And access to D23 Cuscotopia night at Typhoon Lagoon on Saturday, August 30th.
Okay.
honestly, the most exciting part of that is the Typhoon Lagoon thing. Because
Yeah.
you know it's going to be so Emperor's New Groove coated.
It's a very Disney thing to be like, and when you pay to come here, you have the opportunity to shop.
Yeah.
If you would like.
Well, see, like they do that in Tokyo.
I know.
They're heavy with that in Tokyo too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, obviously you have to be a gold member to do all this. So if you're not, you can sign up still. But yeah, you're gonna pay some money.
This is true. Now, this is
But-
not the D23 event where they typically announce a bunch of stuff.
They probably they'll announce some stuff.
You
yeah,
think they'll announce
they will.
some things?
Not like
I don't-
major things, but I think they will announce some stuff.
I think it'll be mostly updates.
Maybe, yeah.
I actually think Disney would do well to get out of this mode of it's almost like every 2 years it's like an Apple event where they get, it's like
Yeah.
here's the new iPhone and all the things it does, and it's like, with Apple it's like the camera's better and you're like everyone's like, oh my gosh. And this is coming from somebody who has an iPhone, by the way. But I think it would do better to just get out of that mode because I think the audience has been trained to just every single time it's like we're expecting new announcements and things.
Yeah. I agree.
It'll be interesting to see how they do it like next year, but I think more than likely you may see some announcements like you said, but I think it'll be a lot of updates.
Yeah.
They've been showing a lot more behind the scenes of Imagineering and things like that, so it might be along those lines.
Yeah.
Would be my guess maybe, but
if you're going to be around that weekend, it'll probably be pretty busy around at least Coronado Springs. I wouldn't go there unless you're there for the thing.
that's a wild prediction.
Stop.
You are making outlandish claims.
You know what? Sure. I'm going to state the obvious.
Like I'm going to go on
All
a
right?
limb here,
Sure.
guys.
I'm going to go ahead and state
It
it.
might be a little busy at Coronado.
Whatever, Jared.
No, listen,
Whatever.
we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it won't be.
Shut it.
Anyways.
Anyway, let's move on.
All right. Fine.
Okay.
Next story we have is the Dive Quest scuba diving experience at Epcot is making a comeback.
Yes, they stopped doing it last October. They made some changes to the seas. They took out the dolphins. Dolphins are gone.
Who wants to scuba dive without dolphins?
But it will return May 1st and takes place in the Seas Pavilion, like I said. It's available to book Thursday through Monday and costs $229 to $249, depending on yourself. And it lasts 2 hours and also includes a backstage tour of the aquarium.
Okay.
My parents used to scuba dive when I was younger, and I never got my license for it.
I
never scuba dive.
have no desire to scuba dive.
I know, but I'm just thinking like that would be kind of a cool experience to be able to go in the tanks. It reminds me of that episode of, I think is it Full House?
I was gonna say,
it was Full
I
House.
knew you were going to bring up Full House.
When Joey
Yeah.
and Jesse do their radio show, but essentially it's a podcast radio show under the water.
Are you saying
Remember?
you want to do an episode of our show while scuba diving?
I'm saying let's branch out, Jared.
I have a
let's get it
better
done.
idea. Let's just sit down at a nice dinner and do it then and not be 20, 30 feet below water.
Okay, fine. What are we doing this dinner? Are we having steak? Steak and potatoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else we would have for dinner.
I mean, there's a lot of options out there,
I'm sure there is.
not
but-
just steak.
Yeah. But if you like to scuba dive, you can do that.
Scuba Steve. Yeah.
I actually did think of Scuba Steve. It's nothing I personally am interested in doing, but hey,
Okay.
there you go. There's some people that will.
There
So,
you go.
there you go. So, all right. Next one we have is tickets are now on sale for the Food and Wine Classic at the Swan and Dolphin, which is different from the Food and Wine Festival that happens at Epcot.
Yes. So this is an annual event that features gourmet cuisine from award-winning chefs paired with fine wines, beers, and spirits from around the world. It is set against the backdrop of a beautiful resort. The event offers live entertainment, seminars, and fireworks to complete the experience. And you can also purchase tickets for tastings and educational seminars. This takes place on November 14th and 15th, and tickets cost $205 per night or $403 for both nights together. Now you've done this.
I did this 1 year, yes.
Yes. Give me like a rundown of the vibe. What's the vibe like?
It is it's a relaxed environment. It's not like crazy. I had a good time. The food is very good. At least the year I went, there was a lot of wine and drinks you could get compared to food. There was a decent amount of food, but it was a lot more of drinks you could get a lot. Food was good. I don't think it's worth $205 per night, personally speaking.
Okay.
For me.
Unless you go and drink a lot.
I mean, depends on your mode of how you want to spend your evening. But you could get a lot of drinking in there or eating a lot of food. So I mean, I had some really good steak, like Shula's was there, like other restaurants, like high-end places. So you can get some really good food. Was
Rosa Mexicana there one year? I think it was before they even moved into the restaurant.
I think
they were there.
I think so. I remember there was maybe. I can't remember specifically, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a nice evening than when we did. I mean, in November, it's usually pretty decent weather as well.
Yeah.
So it is a good time. It's just a little pricey, but depends on, some people are foodies and that's nothing to, they'll spend money on that stuff. So,
I mean, it's not on the scale of like any of like a food and wine festival at Epcot. It's not as big as that. Right?
No, this takes place is like
walkway.
It's in the walkway, and then it goes down the when you take a right when you're going down that main walkway. It's around that area, so it's like it's all within easy walking distance. Some of it kind of goes toward the Swan and Dolphin Reserve a little bit over there.
Okay,
so it's enjoyable. It is enjoyable. The food is very good. You get lots of drinks. Whether or not it's worth it or not to you, it's just going to depend on what you typically maybe pay for food. What your taste palette is. It does tend to go toward the higher end of like really nice restaurants.
Okay.
So if you're a foodie, this is something you would definitely enjoy.
Sounds good. I'd probably enjoy it.
It's enjoyable. I'm just not a foodie, so to me it's like I enjoy steak and some of these things,
You're
but
like, must eat for sustenance.
I mean, I do.
Don't eat for enjoyment.
I enjoy steak and things. I'm just
must replenish.
You're not wrong with that. My food also serves a purpose of replenishment, but also I enjoy it. But
I know.
But no, it is a good time. So if you're looking to do that, you can get tickets there. So.
Okay.
And the last story we have, kind of relating to this a little bit as they were there, is Shula's Steakhouse at the Dolphin is permanently closing on June 15th, and it will be replaced by the Bourbon Steak by Michael Mina.
I think so.
By Midsummer. I like the name Bourbon Steak.
So we went there once a couple of years ago, and I mean, it was really good.
I mean, it is very good. I've had the steak a few times. It's very good steak.
Yeah.
It's a very fancy place to eat.
High-end
steakhouse.
Yeah, and obviously, the Dolphin is not. It's not as close as like the Boardwalk or Beach Club or whatever. So it's a little farther to get to if like you're coming from Epcot or whatever. But I mean, I think it'd be worth it if you were looking for like a really nice meal. And I think it opened, I want to say 1995 is what I saw. So it's been there for a good long time. I guess 30 years.
Yeah.
I can do math.
You're good at math. Good job. I'm looking up now Bourbon Steak.
Bourbon Steak.
I think it's like a chain from this guy.
Yeah.
Says is in a class alone.
Oh.
It's Miami. This is, I guess, based out of Miami. Miami's acclaimed American steakhouse is famous for its signature butter poached steaks and duck fat fries.
What?
That sounds really good. The work of James Beard, award-winning chef and renowned restaurateur Michael Mina. Its ritzy restaurant with its smoky mirrored glass and artistic gilded finishes sets a striking mood for rich cuisine and craft cocktails.
Okay.
So I think it's just as fancy as Shula's.
Well, they're closing it and then they're going to reopen it like a month later. So I don't think they're doing much to the interior.
Probably not. I'm looking now at the menu. You can do a ice cold shellfish tower for $212.
It says six oysters, 4 shrimp,
half a Maine lobster, and 1/4 of king crab.
Okay.
Let's see how much their steaks are.
All right.
Maine lobster pot pie is $130.
All right.
Let's see here. Certified Angus rib cap, 8 ounce, is $105. Filet mignon is $66.
Those prices don't shock me.
I mean, this is about in line with what Shula's is.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing it sounds good. You can get a Wagyu bone-in New York strip for $180.
No worries.
A porterhouse is $225.
No worries, sir.
No worries.
No worries.
Bone-in ribeye, 22 ounces, $140.
Just a little bit of chump change.
Just a little bit there. So,
Yep.
If you like Shula's, you may be upset. I know some people are going to be upset hearing about that going away.
Yeah, for sure.
But this one maybe is better or just as good. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
guess we'll
listen,
find out.
Don Shula was great football coach, so I don't like seeing his establishments go away necessarily. But maybe this place is better.
I understand.
Yeah. So there you go. Maybe one day I will have somebody throw me a piece of steak from outside. I'll slip them a 20.
Like a dog standing outside the
Yeah,
restaurant.
I still have to pay. I'll pay $20 for a piece of steak, and then that'll
Jeez.
to see how it is. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that's it for the news, though. Don't we have any rumors or anything? So we're gonna move on to our segment of this or that. So it's basically like, would you rather?
Yeah.
So Jamie has concocted like a chef.
It literally sounds like I'm cooking.
That's why
Let me cook.
This was from we went from a restaurant. I'm trying to parlay this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to be. Listen, I'm a professional. I don't know if you know this or not, but
I prepared this.
we are
this or
not
that meal.
recording in a spare bedroom. Okay.
No, not at
This
all.
is a huge studio. There's like 15 people back there. It's a big production. All right. I just want you guys to know it's a really big deal around here. If you believe that, then I don't know what to tell you. So yes, Jamie has concocted. She has crafted scenarios that.
I love all these words. Thank you.
I looked at a dictionary today. Do you want to read
You
these?
mean a thesaurus?
No, I just go through the dictionary
Oh,
and learn new
that's
words.
a sad life.
Well, I didn't say it was exciting.
Oh.
Listen, you have to have new words. All right, I'm making an executive decision. I'm just going to read these.
Okay, fine.
All right, first one we have here is, would you rather end your day, your theme park day at Epcot or Hollywood Studios?
I'm gonna go with Hollywood Studios. I say that because I really like Hollywood Studios at night.
Mm-hmm.
I like Phantasmic better than Luminous. So if I'm going to do like a nighttime show, I would choose Phantasmic. I also like the fact that like, I don't know, when the Hollywood Studios is like almost closed or like almost empty, it's like really cool vibe. And so I love it. I love it at night there. I love the lighting. I love the music. It's just, yeah, I would pick that 100 times over.
I agree. I would rather do
Really?
Hollywood Studios. I mean, Epcot I like, but yeah, if I had to choose one, I do like the vibe of Hollywood Studios more.
The vibey vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, Epcot, if you're wanting to like eat and drink some food, obviously people would choose that. But
Right.
I think if you're talking theme park specific and like the just trying to ride things and have a general good time at a theme park, I would rather do Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. Yeah.
Personally speaking.
Personally. Okay.
So, as is this entire show. Personally speaking.
Right.
We should have named it that. Personally speaking with Jamie and Jared.
Oh, okay.
That's our other show, I guess.
Personally speaking.
All right. Would you rather ride Soarin' around the world or Avatar Flight of Passage?
So this might surprise you.
Are you being controversial?
Maybe a little bit. I would actually choose Soarin'.
Okay.
The reason me personally would choose Soarin' is because Flight of Passage, I sometimes have problems with motion sickness.
Okay.
And there is one part that I always watch because it's when you're not moving. You're just in that sparkly room that just like glows up. I love that part because it's not moving. 3D is hard for me when it moves really fast back and forth. So I'd be really careful with Flight of Passage. Also, super long pre-shows, which those kind of just annoy me at this point. I'm just like, okay, let's get on with it. You know what I mean?
You don't like being explained the story?
Yeah, I mean, like, I wish there's a way you could just skip it. Sometimes they let you, but most of the time they don't.
Well, it's
I mean, like, the after hours events, they make you go through the whole thing sometimes,
right.
which is annoying. But so I'd probably say Soarin'. I'd probably say Soarin' because I feel like I'm flying.
Well, I always looked at Avatar Flight of Passage as upgraded Soarin'. It's like a very similar ride system.
Yeah.
I would say Flight of Passage. I like Flight
Sure.
of Passage is a great ride.
Yeah,
So they're very similar experiences.
they are.
But I would go with Flight of Passage.
Okay.
But I don't think, I'll put it this way, I wouldn't make a special trip to Animal Kingdom just for Flight of Passage.
You should just say, I wouldn't make a special trip to Animal Kingdom and then stop talking because that's how you feel.
Listen,
wouldn't
there
make
are
it special.
parts about Animal Kingdom I enjoy. I've said many times, I'm not a fan of zoos. I'm not upset that they exist. It's a personal thing. I don't I get no enjoyment out of watching animals in the wild. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't know if there's some people that get that thing where they're like, look at that bird over there. I'm just like, cool. I don't want anything bad to happen to it. I just get
It's
no.
just not your vibe.
I don't get a real fulfillment out of watching a giraffe just graze.
That's fair. That's fair. And you know what? Animal Kingdom is struggling this, lately. So you're probably not the only one that feels this way.
I think it's going to continue to struggle.
Like even my sister, my sister's it's coming with her kids, the end of June. We're going to do a couple days down at Disney. And I'm like, oh, where do you want to go? She's like, oh, we'll do Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot. Yeah. I was like, you don't want to do Animal Kingdom? She's like, nah. I was like, okay.
I think that it's going to be a lot of people this summer.
Okay.
To be honest. But yeah. Yep. Not surprising there, which is why they're adding things there, because I think that's a problem they've been having for a while. So, all right, next one. Would you rather enjoy a Dole Whip or a churro? I have a clarifying question.
Okay.
Is this like a typical churro you're just going to find everywhere? Because sometimes the churros at Disney are a little stale.
Okay, how about the churros at Nomad Lounge?
Okay, you're talking like top tier churro.
I'm talking churro. Cheerio.
Well, they make me happy.
Top tier churros.
Okay, I'm going to go with a churro.
Okay.
Dole Whip is okay. I like Dole Whip, but it's okay. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I'd much rather have a churro.
Okay. I'm not a fan of ice cream generally, but I do like Dole.
God. I made a huge mistake.
I do love the churros if they're not stale. But I really, I like Dole Whip. I do.
Are you talking can it be any type of Dole Whip?
Really, yeah.
I mean, I do like more of the Peter Pan floats and some of those specialty ones more than just actual Dole Whip itself. It's okay.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like if I'm being honest, maybe this is a hot take. I feel like Dole Whips are vastly overrated.
Okay.
I know it's a staple for many people, but
I like them. I'm glad they're there.
I didn't say I didn't like them. I just said they're overrated.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay, fine.
Or personally speaking.
Personally speaking.
Send all your hate mail to Eduardo.
Let's just say personally speaking after everything we say.
Well, you'd be surprised how many times you say things and people get angry. I'm like,
I know.
You state an opinion. People are like, I disagree. I'm like, okay.
Personally speaking.
That's your prerogative. But I have the microphone, so I'm just going to keep talking. All right. The next one we have is, would you rather go on a ride or watch a show? Who are these people? Who would rather watch a show?
Well, I like Carousel Progress. That's a good one.
That's like a ride/show, though. It moves.
It's a shride.
Is a show technically just a show of animatronics involved?
I don't know. Right. I think like roller coaster or Omnimover type of ride. That's ride.
I mean, personally, I would rather do a ride.
I mean, same.
But there is a place for shows. Like I enjoy it's like
definitely
a midday break, like take a little, get some AC, go see a show. Like, yeah.
I love Festival of the Lion King.
Yeah. It's a good show.
The Frozen sing-along.
That's always a hit with children.
I almost said Harry Potter. The Indiana Jones show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all those, but rides are where it's at, bruh.
Okay, bruh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jamie's got the Minecraft lingo down. Next one we have is, would you rather meet a face character or a fur character? You mean like a costumed full on?
Yes. Yes. Probably a fur character, because with a face character, since you can see their face and like, okay, like you kind of look like that princess or that villain or whatever.
Yeah.
But like with a fur character, there's no question. It's like, oh, okay, that's who you're supposed to be.
Well, I always ruin it for children because I always say you're an imposter because you're not the real one, and it really upsets people.
Well, the only thing with the fur characters is they don't speak. The face characters do speak.
I wonder because Disney used to have that with Mickey where he would say stuff.
Uh-huh.
I do wonder if they bring that back because
Mario and Luigi talked to us.
I was just simply going to say there's other meet and greets out there that are using lots of voice interaction that could do that. I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I tend to agree. Like, I'm sure he's doing his best, but like when they have the Star-Lord guy come out, I'm just like, you don't look like Chris Pratt. Like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I would prefer the ones that are like, I guess you would say fur characters.
Yeah.
I think those are better meet and greets personally. But I will say the ones like Elsa and a lot of the princess characters are actually really good.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I think they're for the most part they're really
But
good.
I put those in different categories. The princess characters, because they have a very they have a certain criteria they have to meet for those, are different than say like the Star-Lord types or some of those other ones like the ancillary characters. I kind of break out face characters to me, but I still think as you said, the fur character I think is a better one. So,
okay.
All right. Would you rather ride a dark ride or a roller coaster?
If you had asked me 5 years ago, I would have said a roller coaster. Unfortunately, my motion sickness has gotten worse as the years have gone on, and I just can't do roller coasters like I used to. Still love them, but I'm going to have to go with a dark ride because I can always do those.
Yeah.
That's from my perspective.
What type of roller coaster are we talking? Any type of roller coaster?
Big Thunder. You love Big Thunder.
I mean, I love dark rides.
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, it would probably depend on the day, but it's hard to beat like a really good dark ride. Like a really, really well done dark ride. I still like quite a bit. But
yeah.
I will say it's a split for me depending on how I feel that day.
Okay.
Leave it up to future Jared to decide.
So what would be like your favorite dark ride?
Well, I mean,
Rise probably.
Yeah, Rise is really good. I mean, if you look at like the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I mean that's kind of a dark ride and a roller coaster in one, in many ways.
Okay.
Kind of.
Not really.
But kind of, not really.
Not really.
I said in some ways. You go into a dark part of it, it's like a dark ride in certain sections.
Okay.
I'm trying. I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah, like a Rise of the Resistance, I would prefer over like a typical roller coaster. Probably.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. All right. Next one is: would you rather eat at Cinderella's royal table or be our guest? I would rather be our guest.
Okay.
One, for the cost.
They're about the same price.
Now, the only reason I would do Cinderella's royal table is like for our daughter, but she's done that before. So, I mean, personally speaking, I'm not really looking to eat food with princesses around in my day-to-day life.
So I would have said be our guest years ago, but the quality of the food has gone down.
True.
We've never done dinner, which is like a prefix menu now. And so from what I've heard from other people that have done it, it's like not as good value for the price.
Okay.
So Cinderella's royal table, I ate it as a child a couple times, and then we did breakfast there 2 years ago. And so, I mean, and it was good. I mean, like, it's cool eating in the castle and everything. So just because of the atmosphere where you are, I would say Cinderella's royal table.
But I inherently don't trust authority. And princesses are part of the authoritative regime of a castle. What am I?
I knew you were going to say something.
I'm just saying. I'm just bringing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I think more, women and girls may like Cinderella's royal table more. I mean, you do get to see the Beast and be our guest. He walks around
briefly.
He kind of just waves and doesn't do much. But
the cafeteria. I say the cafeteria because it looks like a cafeteria. The main part of Be Our Guest is so loud.
It is very loud.
In the middle part, I'll just call it the cafeteria, the grand ballroom, whatever they call it.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know.
It's very true. All right, next one is: would you rather enjoy a Mickey pretzel or popcorn?
I probably would say Mickey pretzel. I don't really like popcorn that much anywhere.
The only way I like popcorn,
movie theater,
heavily buttered popcorn.
Yeah,
which that is not the popcorn you get in theme parks.
No,
it's that fake butter stuff on it.
Yes, I don't like that.
So I would rather, unless you get like the caramel stuff that you've got in Germany before.
Oh, the specialty popcorn you can get at like confectionery.
Yeah,
that stuff is good.
Those things are much better, but I would prefer a pretzel, like a baseline tap house pretzel.
Or the cream cheese stuffed pretzel.
If it's fresh. I've had it when it's not fresh and it's not good. But a baseline one has been good every time I've had it. So I would take that over most of popcorn. I
thought that was going to be easier, but this one's a harder one, actually, now that I remember the specialty popcorn.
Well, I think if you're talking base, what people think of popcorn, like to me, that's, I would pass. But if you're talking the specialty stuff, that is a different conversation.
Yeah.
So what are you going with?
I'll stick with the Mickey pretzel.
Okay.
I'll stick with it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is, would you rather buy something comfy, something useful, or something to collect?
So when I wrote this out, I was not sure. I was not sure what I wanted to do because sometimes, I mean, I buy but all those things every once in a while.
Right.
Gosh. Comfy, useful, or what do you think? What are you thinking?
I mean, I would get something to collect perhaps, like to put it behind us in the display area, but I would prefer, I'd probably either get something useful or something to collect, but I probably lean towards something to collect.
I don't think I buy stuff for comfort. Like, occasionally I'll buy like a sweatshirt, but like that's the only comfy thing. I don't buy blankets. I would say probably something either useful or to collect. I mean, like, I don't buy them a lot anymore like I used to, but occasionally I'll buy mouse ears. I'll buy more hats recently, and those are more useful than collectors. If I was a pin trader, that would be more like a collecting thing. So yeah, I guess something useful is what I would. Yes, because I'll say useful because I love buying things that first of all, that can be worn or used more than once or has multifunctional purposes. So I'll say useful.
Okay.
Makes me feel like I got my money's worth.
That took us a while to get there.
Sorry, I had to work it out in my brain.
We went on a journey with you.
Sorry. Now you know my brain.
I mean, I do know your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one is, would you rather visit Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon?
I'm going to go with Blizzard Beach.
I am too. I think Blizzard Beach it's a better park.
You know, that's the thing. I don't know if it's a better park, but I feel like when we went with the kids the one time, I feel like we had a better time than we had at Typhoon.
Yeah.
I like the kids stuff, the kids areas at Blizzard Beach. I like the theming. It does have a chairlift too, like a ski lift.
I mean, you just said it's not a better park, but you're naming reasons as to why it's a better park.
Yeah, I am. You're right, I am. Yeah, I'll say Blizzard Beach.
Agreed. We have reached an accord.
Yeah. I mean, I went to both of those as a kid, but we went to Blizzard more. So I remember it better.
Well, until this year, it's just whichever one they wanted to have open.
Well, and for years, the last couple of years, Blizzard Beach was only open like November to March.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, it's really cold then. So I'm never going to go to Blizzard. But
it's not really cold.
Well, it's not Jamie Water Park weather.
What is Jamie Water Park weather?
85 or higher.
No. You have developed that rule if it's like not 80.
If it's lower than 80 degrees, I'm cold.
But what if the pool's heated?
The minute you get out of it, you're freezing, like you're an icicle.
Yeah, but for like 2 minutes.
No, Jared, I don't want it.
So you don't want to do hot tubs either?
I don't do hot tubs. Oh my gosh, we've had this conversation.
I know.
Jamie and hot tubs do not mix.
I'm just revisiting the conversation.
I have particulars of when I will do a water park or get in the pool.
I am very familiar with your particulars.
Okay.
All right, next one we have is, would you rather ride the teacups 10 times in a row or listen to It's a Small World song all day? Oh, I will ride teacups 20 times in a row before doing that.
I mean, I'm going to have to go with Small World because I can't do teacups.
So you would be down for the count.
Yeah. So some of these questions I should have said, I got this from a BuzzFeed quiz. And I looked at some of the answers because it shows like a tally or percentage of what each answer got. Mm-hmm. And the teacups won by a landslide.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. Like, if you wanted information out of somebody, I mean, just stick them on a Small World and they'll tell you everything within like an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, we're done. They're like, you're going to keep going until we talk. And they're like, I'll tell you whatever I know.
I don't want to like do either of these things, but I guess the Small World song. Yeah. That is torturous.
I mean, both are different forms of torture for you.
Right.
I think after 10 times, though, I probably would get... That would be interesting to see if that would make me motion sick. Because I've never been motion sick. The closest I ever got to being motion sick was the last time I rode Cosmic Rewind. I never get motion sick. And it was like for 10 seconds. I remember that ride got done and I was like, whoa. And it just passed real quickly, but I was like, I've never had that happen before. But
Yeah.
other than that, yeah. All right, last one we have is, would you rather meet Disney princesses or a Disney villain?
I'd probably say villain, because they tend to be, and I'm thinking mostly of like Maleficent or Evil Queen, at like Disneyland. She's phenomenal.
They have a little bit more attitude about them.
The sassiness. I don't know, like it seems more. I'm not gonna say more fun, but more like. It's hard to explain what I'm thinking.
It's not like a cookie cutter meet and greet. You can
No, and like, obviously the princesses are wonderful and they're very into character and they're very sweet and they take the picture and everything. But with the villains, it's like they can go like a step further.
They can kind of mess with you a little bit.
They can mess with you. Yeah. And I think that's really fun.
That's why some people have wanted, they like playing villains, because it allows them to kind of like, actor wise.
Or like Drizella and Anastasia, the stepsisters. The stepsisters from Cinderella. They kind of wander around sometimes in Fantasyland, and they're funny and they're snarky and I guess they could be considered villains. They're mean.
I don't think they'd be considered heroes.
They're not heroes, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, just seeing those kind of characters, I think, is just a little more. I don't know, pushing the boundaries, I guess. I don't know.
It's more fun, probably.
I guess it is more fun.
I probably would be a Disney villain. Yeah. I mean, I've met many of the princesses with our daughter and our kids, but
yes,
on my own, that's probably not one I would do.
Have we met like every single character that's possible? I swear we have at this point.
Probably.
I don't.
Outside some of the villain ones that are just very random that pop up.
I have not met Jafar.
I've seen him.
We've seen him. I've met Aladdin and Jasmine. I think of Genie. I don't know. Like, I was just thinking, have we met all of them?
I mean, the one villain meet and greet that we've done that Peter Pan. We definitely did that one. That one was not a great one though. He's
not a meet and greet, so I don't know what you're talking about.
He's been walking around doing stuff.
Yeah.
Thinking about how to kidnap children out of their houses. Anyways.
Jared.
Never wants to grow up.
Oh, I've been watching Once Upon a Time again, the show that was on ABC.
Okay.
You're talking about Peter Pan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so, gosh, I'm on the second season right now. Gosh, that was a good show. Like, it was, I mean, there were some things about it were just kind of like, okay. But I'm at the point, we haven't met Peter Pan yet. In that show, he is bad.
Yeah, because he's a bad guy.
Well, he's kind of like, he's a kid. He's kind of like, but.
Listen, you don't have to make excuses or talk me into telling me Peter Pan's a bad guy.
Okay.
First off, his choice of outfit alone, immediately suspect. Immediately.
Okay.
And then the fact that he takes children and flies away with them. I mean, what else do you need in a villain? Anyways.
Do you have any other this or that's? Those are the ones that I wrote down. Do you have any of that you maybe think like, I'm going to get her with this one?
I think that a lot throughout my day. I'm going to get her with this one.
I'm going to get Jamie with this one.
Oh, do I have it? You put me on the spot here. All right. Would you rather rope drop or close out a park?
Close out a park. I mean, I can rope drop, and I don't mind doing it, but something about the parks at night, my friend.
I do love theme parks at night. Yep. I would rather, if I had to choose, I would say close out a park.
And we tend to stay up pretty late already, so it doesn't bother me to stay up late in the parks.
True.
So yeah, I mean, I guess if we're with the kids, I don't know though. They can stay up pretty late now. They're getting older.
They're pretty good about it now.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking till like 9 o'clock or something, like maybe 10. Yeah. I mean, they're pretty good about that.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say close out a park. If I had to choose, I would close out a park.
Well, here's one. This won't be controversial at all.
Oh,
do you prefer the Rivers of America or Cars?
Oh, wow.
And whichever wins has to replace the other one.
I mean, Cars are cute. It's a cute movie. Cute movies. Cute characters.
Cars 2 is a little off the rails, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I've seen all of them. Cars 2. I don't know if anybody's seen Cars 2.
Like,
Cars 1 is just like, it's just about racing, like winning races. And you're like, okay, makes sense. Cars 2 is like espionage, oil conglomerates doing
Whoa.
conspiracy. Like it's a whole. I'm like, what
It's a
is
whole
going
thing.
on? And then Cars 3 gets back to like racing, but at that point he's washed up. Like, what are we doing here? Or the classic Planes. I mean, that was a huge hit.
Planes.
The Dane Cook Classic. I don't know why
remember that.
they haven't proposed planes coming into the parks.
I don't think it did so well, babe. Obviously, I'm going to say Rivers of America.
See, my thing is, I'm actually all for a Cars attraction.
Let's just take out Tomorrowland Speedway, pro.
Or there, or put it
Let's
in
do it.
Hollywood Studios. But yeah,
Alright.
I think in an ideal world, you can have both. It's not an either or scenario. But if we had to choose, I would say Rivers of America because
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. But,
Yeah.
all right, that's it.
Okay.
I just thought it'd be a little ornery with that one.
Okay, before we go, I did want to ask you a question. I don't know why I got to thinking about this, but I was like, I have a trivia question for you. Maybe I'll start doing this where I just ask a trivia question to you at the end of the episode.
Great. So I'll get them
Yay.
all wrong. Okay.
No, it's fun. Okay.
I
So-
I was done with test when I was done with school, and now you're bringing this all back on me. But go ahead.
Okay. Name one restaurant or like place to eat that has been opened with the same name at Walt Disney World since 1971. Can you name one? There are 5.
There's 5.
There's 5. And obviously 1971 means it has to be Magic Kingdom.
Right.
Okay, I'll give you another hint. There's one in each land,
Pecos Bills?
except Pecos Bills is one of them.
Okay.
Yep.
See if I can name another one.
Okay. There's not one in Liberty Square.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, technically Diamond Horseshoe, I guess, but it used to be Diamond Horseshoe like Review, and I don't do that anymore. So
Okay.
I guess you can count that one, but it's not really.
Cosmic Rays?
Kind of. Okay. It's actually Tomorrowland Terrace. Tomorrowland Terrace used to be where Cosmic Rays is now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So technically, yes, but no.
Okay, what are the other ones?
Paducah Village House
Oh, yeah.
and Sunshine Tree Terrace. It
Okay.
used to be where Aloha Isle is now.
Okay.
And the last one.
Well, I was thinking restaurant, not like snacks.
Okay, well, I said place to eat.
Right, right.
And the last one is in the Main Street USA area. Do you think you can know what it is?
The Starbucks.
Well, technically, like Casey's Corner was there, but it used to be called something else. So I didn't count that. But Crystal Palace.
Oh, okay.
Crystal Palace has been there. It used to look a little different,
Right.
little different setup, but yeah,
Okay.
isn't that fun?
Fun,
So fun, Jared.
fun trivia.
Love trivia.
It's the best. It
yeah.
depends on the topic, but
Okay.
well, I think that will do it for the show.
Okay.
So be sure to check us out on social media, everywhere at Captain Magic. Also be sure to check out over on YouTube at Captain Magic there. Have daily videos talking about theme parks and pop culture. So if you want some more information there, you can check out that channel. It's going very well. And then we also have the video versions of this show over at CTM Podcast on YouTube as well. And be sure to check out some of the other shows on the network. We have the CTM Universal show where we talk about Universal Studios. And we did a review on our visit to Epic Universe as we were able to go and check that out. So if you're curious about that new park opening up in about a month, a little bit, a month and a half, you can check out that review there. We talk about our day there and if what we thought about it and if you should go, perhaps. So check that out. And then Jamie has Trip Tales, and that is her trip report show. And when's the next one they're coming out?
It'll be a couple weeks from now. But if you do want to be a future guest on Trip Tales, you can go to ctmtriptales.com and fill out the information about your trip. And if I'm interested in having you on the show, I will contact you.
So, all right, well, that's going to do it for the show. So thank you, everybody, for listening and or watching. And thank you, Jamie, for joining us.
Thank you.
And as Jamie always likes to say,
We will see you in the parks.
bye.